Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do beer stuff here. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about a beer sent to us by my boy Carson. Not Carson from Florida. I'm saying that every time now. Because he moved to Colorado. Doing a little bit of true brewing. Their Nordic Saison. Bloodaxe. Ooh, they're so metal down there. Bloodaxe Nordic Saison. It is a Troubadour Pevic Serenade and Taro malted beer with adjuncts of orange peel and grains of paradise. Very cool. 7% alcohol by volume. And that's all you get. Bloodaxe Nordic Saison. Get that sweet metal art design going. Like I said, this comes courtesy of my boy Carson. Thank you for sending this off, brother. And we'll see what's what. For some reason, I thought it was going to come out like a little bit darker malty-wise. Just because Nordic. Bloodaxe. Good Bloodaxe. Any figure. I don't know. Anyway, label-wise, super cool. It's got like Coheed vibes or something like that going on. Or not even Coheed vibes. Yeah, it's kind of like comic booky metal to a bit. And with that triangle, inverted triangle in the background. Anyway, not that... I guess you... I was going to say, no, you consider Coheed metal? I don't know. Pop metal? Whatever. Anyway, it looks like Saison. Yeah. Look at that head. Nice bright white head on it. This soft, chill haze, but also has this kind of just soft, super pale, super farmhousey kind of hazy look to it. It looks inviting. I wonder if it's going to be like a tart thing or like more traditional like. The nose knows. Somewhere kind of in between. It's not going to be like kind of acidic-y tart, like lightly acidic. It's not a sour. I didn't expect a sour. When you're talking about a Nordic farmhouse ale, what do you expect? Kvek yeast. That's kind of where my brain goes. And sometimes Kvek can bring off a little bit of subtle kind of lemony vibes and a la kind of Brett C. And I'm kind of getting that here. I'm not sure if that's actually in here as far as the yeast, but that's where my brain goes. So it's got this soft citrusness to it. Probably a combination of hops and that yeast kind of playing together. And this nice, sweet, bright maltiness. It's very much kind of like a Pilsner malt for me. They call it out right on here. The Troubadour, Pevic, Serenade, and Taro. I couldn't tell you anything about those malts, but that orange peel and grains of paradise. That orange peel is just amplifying everything up and kind of mixing with the yeast, mixing with that actual like hop dosage. I think it's a trifecta of things, kind of bringing this not overly aggressive, but decently robust kind of lemony, orangey kind of vibe to it because it's a bigger beer. It's 7% farmhouse ale, so it's very much bright, very much summer, very much citrusy. Very much going to go down right now. Cheers, y'all. Man, that is bright. You could tell it's 7%, but it's super bright. Very much summer in a glass. Very much. Almost kind of like, think like wheat beer. Like German Hef, like traditional kind of wheat beer. But using that kind of brighter maltiness, that little bit of grains of paradise kind of thing going back and forth. I think that combination of that orange, it's from the orange peel, obviously. Again, I think it's a yeast thing. I also think it's a little bit of hops combining together, bringing super duper, like that oranginess you get off of that German Hef, but you're just not getting that wheat base on it. So it comes off super bright, super summery. It has this underlying subtle tartness, but it's not really all that tart. That's really tasty. The only thing I'm going to knock this beer for is ABV. I can get what I'm drinking right now at sub 5. There's a little punch of sweetness at the end that lets you know there is something bigger here. As far as the grain bill goes, it's not like an artificial sweetness. You're getting that sweetness. It's going to be like the only way I can get that sweetness is from a relatively larger ABV. But as far as the impact goes, as far as the orange goes, as far as the farmhousiness, there's a word for you. I think you can get these at much lower ABV. That's going to be my only knock about this beer. But it plays this cool kind of back and forth of it's farmhousey, so it has this kind of rustic thing going on, but at the same time, it's almost like lager, like kind of clean. So it's like, okay, so let's put all the shit that's tumbling out of my mouth in the context. It's a clean, crisp German-like Hefeweizen. That doesn't make any sense, but it makes sense in my mouth because that's what I'm tasting. So yeah, bright orange all around. Those grains of paradise add this little bit of almost like it's like again, the orange peels amplifying up, I believe, a yeast hop kind of combination. Grains of paradise is propping up a yeast grain kind of combination that's bringing this kind of spiciness, that cardamom kind of spiciness you typically get from like a wheat beer or even a farmhouse beer. It's kind of like not amping up, but it's just kind of solidifying those two things and making for a really tasty beer. You know, crisp, clean lager like kind of vibe to it, but just kind of flirting in all these different areas from the wheat to farmhouse, all that kind of stuff. And really well made. Subtle, super subtle tartness on the tongue. Is bringing you to that kind of, okay, it's not that wheat beer. It's not that lager. It is a farmhouse ale. This is tasty stuff. I dig it. Thank you very much, Carson, for sending this off. Is it one of the better farmhouse ales that I've had as of late? It's in the conversation. Not Mount Rushmore status, at least for me. And I am curious about the price, so Carson or anybody out there, if you know, please let me know. And let's talk about, True. I mean, I reviewed their IPA that he sent me, and I thought that was epically fantastic. So, they run a gamut of beers. They do all kinds of different stuff, so I want to know what y'all think of True Brewing as far as your experience. Have you been to the brewery? What do you think of their beers? Have you had this particular beer, this particular batch? Because we're running at a date that I do not know. This is, March, May, Jesus, of 2022. Let me know what you think. Good, bad, somewhere in between. All your thoughts. True Brewing, this beer, down there. Let's talk about it. So there you go. Review the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers, y'all.